For years, The Chosen has become a global phenomenon, a series that not only recounts the life of Jesus, but allows millions to encounter him in a way that feels intimate, human, and profoundly real. From the first call of "Follow me" to the miracles that touch the depths of human suffering, the journey has carried viewers through joy, hope, conflict, and faith. But Season 6 is where the story reaches its breaking point. These are no longer peaceful days around Galilee. This is the phase where darkness begins to descend, where faith is tested, love faces betrayal, and the road to the cross becomes unmistakably clear. This article will guide you through the central themes of Season 6, the major character arcs and emotional transformations, the narrative progression leading into the climax at Gethsemane, the role of Season 6 as a bridge into the Passion. The core themes of Season 6. Season 6 is not simply a continuation. It is the crossroads between miracles and suffering, between love and betrayal. Everything revolves around four major themes: Gethsemane, escalating conflict, when religion and empire tighten the noose. For a long time, the Pharisees and the religious council have been disturbed by Jesus' miracles, his authority, and his challenge to their traditions. But in Season 6, this discomfort turns into genuine fear. They believe if Jesus continues drawing the crowds, Rome will intervene and the entire nation will be destroyed. At the same time, Rome, with the cold, calculating eyes of imperial power, sees any gathering around a miracle-working teacher as a potential uprising. Caught between these two forces, Jesus becomes both a religious threat and a political danger, a betrayal, the tragic downfall of Judas, and the shadow of power. One of the greatest strengths of The Chosen is its humanization of Judas. Instead of portraying him as a one-dimensional traitor, the series explores his desire to change his nation, his disappointment that Jesus does not act like the liberator he expects, his misguided belief that he is pushing forward a better plan, step by step, through hesitation, frustration, and self-justification. Judas falls into his own trap. He betrays Jesus in an attempt to force him into becoming the kind of leader he wants. The corruption of power also manifests in Caiaphas, convinced that killing Jesus is a necessary sacrifice to save the people. Pilate, a symbol of cold imperial pragmatism fixated only on maintaining order. Faith under trial. When the disciples face real fear. If earlier seasons overflowed with miracles and joy, Season 6 is where faith hits the darkest valley. The disciples begin to worry about the future. Fear arrest, fear death, struggle to understand why their teacher walks willingly into danger. Even Peter, the strongest, begins to tremble. John, James, Thomas, each carries his own burden. The message becomes crystal clear. Faith is not about following miracles. It's about following even when miracles seem to stop. Love in the darkness. Jesus heals even hours before his arrest. Despite pressure, conspiracies, and fear closing in, Jesus continues to heal, teach, embrace the weak, and even forgive the very ones who come to arrest him. Season 6 emphasizes a profound truth. His love shines brightest when the night is darkest. Character portraits in Season 6. Jesus, the eye of the storm, yet the peace within it. What audiences love about Jonathan Rumi's performance is his perfect balance of humanity and divinity. In Season 6, viewers see Jesus laugh with his friends, weep for human suffering, struggle in moments of deep prayer, and walk calmly toward his destiny. He is not swept away by events. He chooses them out of love. Judas Iscariot, the tragedy of a brilliant but misguided mind. Season 6 reveals Judas's sharp intellect, his ambition, his growing frustrations, his belief that he is helping Jesus. His tragedy is not rooted in cruelty, but in a heart unwilling to surrender to love's way. It forces viewers to ask, could I fall into the same error as Judas? And Peter, great loyalty, tested by great fear. Peter represents those who love Jesus passionately, yet crumble under pressure. Season 6 highlights his fierce loyalty, his impulsiveness, his fear of arrest, his confusion about how to protect his teacher. All of this builds toward his heartbreaking denial later. A Mary Magdalene, the symbol of unshakable devotion. Mary is the emotional anchor, steadfast, gentle, always near Jesus, understanding him with the sensitivity of the heart. She is the small but steady flame before the night of Gethsemane. The rest of the disciples, mirrors of our human reactions. John, observing and recording James, burdened with responsibility. Thomas, practical and anxious. Nathaniel, contemplative and kind. The chosen allows viewers to see themselves in each one. Caiaphas and the religious leaders, blinded by power, they are not portrayed as pure villains. They sincerely believe they are protecting the faith.
In those final days,
but their fear of losing control blinds them to the very Messiah they worship. Pontius Pilate, the shadow of Rome. Pilate is not a bloodthirsty killer, but a calculating, pragmatic governor whose priority is stability, not justice. He sets the stage for the tragedy of Season 7. The story arc of Season 6, from start to climax, and Act 1, final miracles and the first whispers of darkness. Viewers see Jesus healing, crowds rejoicing, the disciples filled with hope, but behind the scenes, Caiaphas watching, secret meetings unfolding, Judas' faith beginning to waver. Act 2, the conspiracy takes shape. In candlelit rooms, the Sanhedrin debates. If this man continues, Rome will destroy us. Rumors and fear escalate, pushing the story toward crisis. The disciples sense danger too, debating weapons' escape routes and Jesus' decisions. Judas grows more conflicted. Then Act 3, the final miracle that pushes everything over the edge. The raising of Lazarus, or another major miracle, ignites massive public devotion. But it also solidifies the decision of Jesus' enemies. He must be stopped. Act 4, Judas signs the pact of betrayal. Doubt becomes decision, a handshake, a bag of silver, a forced smile, a soul collapsing. Meanwhile, Jesus warns his disciples about betrayal, arrest, his coming death, but they cannot understand. Act 5, preparing for Passover. The atmosphere is sacred yet heavy. Peter swears he will never abandon the Master. Mary silently prays. Jerusalem prepares for the feast, but tension fills every corner. In the dark, Judas walks faster, more determined than ever. Climax, Gethsemane, where tears touch the ground and history turns. The emotional peak of the season. Jesus' prayer, in deep agony. Take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours. His sweat falls like blood humanity at its most vulnerable.
Welcome back to Season 6.
The disciples sleep. Jesus weeps. They sleep. The audience breaks. Judas arrives. The kiss of darkness. The infamous kiss is not an act of demonic hatred, but the moment a human heart collapses under its own delusion, Jesus is arrested. Peter cuts off a soldier's ear. Jesus heals him, the last miracle before chains. The disciples flee. Jesus walks calmly into captivity. Season 6 ends in suffocating silence. Why Season 6 matters? Season 6 is essential because it reveals that true faith is born in darkness, not in miracles. It places viewers in the shoes of the disciples, asking, when faith becomes dangerous, will you still follow? It forms the bridge toward the greatest chapter of all, the passion, death, and resurrection. Season 6 is the night before dawn, the storm before the sky breaks open with light. A message to the viewers, the chosen. Season 6 is not a season created for comfort or entertainment. It is an invitation to confront fear, betrayal, disappointment, and love that never gives up. This is the season where hearts are crushed,
even in darkness,
but crushed so they can open to the greatest truth.
Empathy and love.
The love of Jesus overpowers every scheme, every authority, and every human weakness.